For today's experiment, we're going to marinate these beautiful, big New York strip steaks in Red Robin Campfire Sauce. Everyone keeps telling me this is the best, so we're going to try it. First, let's look at these steaks. About a 1/2 inch thick, lots of good marbling, and very big. Now, I'm not just going to put a little Red Robin Campfire Sauce on. We're going to put a lot of Red Robin Campfire Sauce on. We're going to make sure that we completely cover these steaks. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. The whole bottle. Look at that. Now we're going to sous vide these, so let's get our bag ready. All right, we have these completely covered, top and bottom, and we're going to go ahead and put them in our baggie, the 1 gallon Ziploc baggie, and get them ready for sous vide. Just lay them out nice and flat next to each other. Into the sous vide we go. I'm using my Ninja Foodie today. I've got the steaks nice and flat, completely covered in the Red Robin sauce, and I've left my zipper slightly open right there. I'm going to stick my finger in that. I'm going to drop it in the water. I've got my finger in it so I know where it is, so I don't get water in the bag, and I'm just going to start pressing the air out. So if you don't have a fancy dancy expensive sealer, you don't really need one. And there you go, air's out. Simple as that. Lid down. Make sure you leave your seal open. I love sous vide. I sous vide a lot of stuff. Okay, sous vide. We're going to put it to 135. A lot of people will use 130. That is absolutely fine. I like mine at 135. Everyone likes their steak at a different. This is medium rare. Time, you need a minimum of 2 hours. I'm going to go, I like to set mine a little higher in case I lose track of time. Time doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it's going to get overdone or overcooked. It's going to hold to 135. I don't really care how long you leave it in there. You can leave it in there for a day if you want. And that's it. Preheat just means she's going to heat up to 135 and then kick on. And that's it, guys. We'll be back in a few minutes to I'll show you the vegetable dish that we're going to make tonight, our side. It's pretty simple, but really good. All right, we're going to start with red pepper. Just cut it into strips like that. Next up, some yellow squash. I got a couple small ones here. Next up, some asparagus. Leave the rubber band on the bottom. Just pull it up a little bit. Let's get these fat ends off. You can save those for soups or whatever you want. But for tonight, we're just going to cut up about half of this bunch of asparagus for our vegetable dish. All right, go ahead and pull the bands now. Always take the top band down. If not, you'll take all of these nice bud things off by accident. You don't want to do that. If you pull the rubber band this way, these things go flying all over the room. So that's not what we want. All right, so we're going to use about half of this tonight. So we'll just separate out some of that. And we'll have that for another meal. And let's square them up, and here we go. About 1 inch. These are going to get sauteed to make sure there's no really fat ends left in there. they won't work too well. And that's it. Let's get this thing started. Over about a medium-low flame. Put in a couple tablespoons of oil. I've got avocado. You can use olive as well. All right, stir them up a little bit. Get the oil on everything. Before we get too crazy, it's time to go ahead and get the first seasoning on. That's what mine's gonna be. And I want to start hearing this stuff sizzle. Hey guys, don't forget, if you're on Rumble, give me a follow. If you're on YouTube, give me a like and a follow. Or wherever you're watching me. I don't ever charge for anything. Everything is free out there. All my recipes, all my work is all free. All I ask is you watch it, enjoy it, and maybe follow me, which is free, or give me a thumbs up or a like or something. Okay, you can start to hear this now. Let me move the mic over there. Okay, sounding pretty good. We're gonna start getting a little brown going before we go to the next step. I got some reduced sodium chicken broth. What? Chicken broth? Are you crazy? No. This is where all the flavor is gonna come from. That was probably about a half a cup or so. Get a lid on it and let's let her steam. Just want to pat them dry, try to get as much of the sauce off as you can. You're not going to get it all, but do the best you can. And I know what you're thinking, Scott, those steaks look horrible. Well, this is what a steak looks like after it's sous vide. It's a little grayish, but we're going to fix that right up. Stand by. All right, I just pulled the lid off of our veggies. They're starting to get soft. What we're going to do now is just evaporate the rest of that chicken broth that's in there. Vegetables are out. Leave that pan smoking hot. Let's get a little more of that oil in there. Let that get hot. And let's get our steaks going. And this is going to be a pretty quick process. You need to pay attention. We are not trying to cook these steaks. We are just trying to sear both sides. Let's flip them. Oh yeah. That is looking good. Might give that just a little more on the other side, and we're ready to roll. So what do you think? Everybody said Red Robin Campfire Sauce was the best to marinate these steaks in. We're going to put it to the test. You might be asking, why didn't I make a control? Well, I don't need to make a control. I cook steaks all the time. I sous vide them. I salt and pepper them, a little garlic powder, and I eat them regularly. I know exactly what a perfect sous vide steak tastes like. But I don't know what this tastes like. Before we get into those vegetables, let's get a good close look at this steak. I hope my lighting is good enough. Let's cut into it. You can see what's happening on the inside. Well, there it is, guys. That just is falling apart. Let's get a nice piece right off of here. Oh, that is so tender. Look at that beautiful pink line running through it. That is exactly 135 degrees internal temperature with a nice char. I can't wait to try this, and let's get some vegetables on the plate. We'll try it all. Okay, time for the taste test. As always, this is 100% authentic. I am never sponsored. If this sucks, I'm going to tell you, don't eat it. If it's great, I'm going to tell you, go buy it. Let's go, guys. Interesting smell. First off, the sous vide is perfect. Let me taste it. Honestly, it didn't give it a whole lot of flavor. There's something there, but it's not as strong as I was anticipating from the smell. I'm going to go for one more. So you know it's there. Yeah. Let's check some of our veggies out. A little asparagus, a little squash here. Asparagus. Very tender. Very good. Okay. My opinion on the Red Robin Campfire Sauce. It's probably good as a dipping sauce or something, or maybe just slathered on a burger. But for sous vide, marinating, I didn't get a whole lot out of it. It's there. You can taste it. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I was hoping for more. Let's put it that way. I read the ingredients. There's quite a lot in there, including tamarind, one of my favorite ingredients. But I'm not getting it real strong. But hey, this is why we do these experiments. I spend the money so you don't have to. Skip this one unless you want to use the Red Robin Campfire as a dipping sauce for your steak. Now that might work out better. That's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow me. Hit the like button on your Rumble, on YouTube, wherever you guys are watching. And please leave comments. That's the main thing. Leave comments. Tell me what you think about that Red Robin sauce. I don't know. A lot of people told me to try it. I tried it. I probably won't try it again. See you soon.